Are you a young content creator that is very passionate about gaming and wants to burst onto the scene of gaming content creation on YouTube? Well, is this video the right place for you? Hello, my name is davinci. I do weekly YouTube videos on my channel ranging from gaming and even other things that I usually like to do just for fun. I'm a very big passionate about gaming and I love to have fun on my channel. But if you're watching this video, you would see from the title that the importance of this is to show you how to advance your progress or advance your editing skills on video gaming content. I am a very small YouTuber. I only have 346 subscribers at the time of this video. That is a very small amount, but from the amount of comments I have gotten from people expressing how much the editing they love or how awesome the editing is and how people have said that they look professional enough, I feel like I want to be able to give my own personal intake on the video gaming content creation and how to help people like you if you're looking to watch this video on how to help and basically learn. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys subscribe, join the Angry Armada. I got a Discord link that will be in the description. You can click that. You can head on my Discord or go ahead and talk to me. Go ahead and chat with some really cool friends. Join my streams, join my recordings. You know, do what you want. It's a very good place to be. And most importantly, make sure you check out Grind Gaming. Our merchandise has just been dropped as well for River Squid. I will leave a description on that down as below as well. And most importantly as well, make sure you leave a comment. Leave a comment if you want to see more of this kind of stuff on my channel, more helping videos. By all means, please comment. I would love to do that as well. So let's talk about the reason why you're watching this video. You're watching this video because you are very passionate about gaming and you love YouTube and you want to put those things together to make content that is entertaining to viewers. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how we do that. When I do my recording sessions, I basically have sessions I set aside or make dates or times, but sometimes you don't have to do that. Sometimes you can just go and do it on the fly, you know? Nothing's really holding you back or nothing's really setting you aside from doing things unless you have a job or something like that that is going to prevent you from recording or something like that, really. The first thing you're going to want to do is obviously record some footage, whether that be you single player or multiplayer with some other people. It doesn't really matter. There's an endless possibilities of the video game content you create. A lot of people are going to tend to shift towards newer games that come out, whether that be big budget or small indies that are really popular. So make sure you can find games like that are typically in favor of people wanting to watch more often. So let's say you have this footage of Call of Duty. All right, let's say we'll use Call of Duty as an example. You have this about 2 hours worth of footage. You can record that being on your gaming console and brought over to your computer or on your computer, and you already have it on there through OBS. Let's just say you have some sort of recording feature that you have right now. I'm not going to get into what you use to record. I use OBS Studio. A lot of people use, even use Bandicam for all I know. I don't really care what you use. Let's just say you already have that footage. Say you have around 2 hours worth of footage, okay? That is a lot of footage to do. And my personal best advice to give you as a content creator is to snip out the bits that are relevant to you or relevant to whatever's going on and keep the unnecessary bits out of the video. Delete them, because there is a lot of stuff in there that you will not need, whether that being there's some voices that are coming from all directions, whether that be in game or from your friends, or something that's just so blatantly silent that no one's interested whatsoever. Make sure you find the bits in your video that you think will be the most entertaining, and the bits that you don't need, you can cut them out. It's very important you don't have any lingering videos, and something you need to learn as a content creator when you're starting out on YouTube is you're going to make mistakes. I make mistakes every time I post a video in one way or another, okay? And that is totally fine to make mistakes. As a young content creator, you're learning, and we're humans. We just make mistakes. That's okay. But back to the length and the cutting that I'm talking about. So make sure once you get the length of your video, you want to adjust to see how long you want your video. Do you want this video to be 8 to 10 minutes, which is probably a video that will be most likely clicked on a lot? Or would you rather go ahead and head on over to basically make a 30-minute video for people just to sit down and relax and watch? Either or. Cut the bits that you need out to the time you want them. That's basically how you should do them. I like to set myself certain days of the week or, hours I like to do. Like one day I'll go through cutting and basically determining the length of my video. The next day will be my effects, and the next day will be sound. I basically do it in an order. I would recommend having a agenda of some sorts to marking down what you want when it comes to content creation. Once you actually have that video cut down to how you want to, it's time you go ahead and start adding in effects. Effects on a video can range from whatever they can be. It can be that you can go grab a green screen footage that you found off YouTube, turning it into an MP4, or you can go ahead and just find some sort of video editing software you already have that features some basically effects, whether that be with smoke or that be with fire or whatever, any kind of sort of editing software that you have. I use DaVinci Resolve. It is free. It is very, very good. 4K resolution rendering. It does not matter. 30 FPS, like all this kind of stuff. I would use DaVinci Resolve. It's fantastic. It is free, and that's what's most important about it. But that does not mean you cannot use other sorts of editing software such as Filmora 9 or Adobe Premiere. Both of those and even more are really good video editing softwares that a lot of people use, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I use DaVinci Resolve because I'm low on money and it's very tight right now, especially with, you know, the pandemic is currently going on. It's probably best to try to find something free. That's what I do, but hey, you know, either way works, and I believe DaVinci Resolve works. I will give a disclaimer. DaVinci Resolve does have a little bit of a tendency to crash a little bit, you know, so just be wary of that when going in. But other than that, it's still really good. So when you're editing your videos and certain scenes that you think are more appealing, like if you said a funny line, you want to go ahead and add an effect that will obviously enhance the viewer's entertainment of some sort. You know, like I said, if you are, let's say for instance, playing Call of Duty and you just hit a really cool quick scope of some sort from, you know, across the map, you can obviously add one of those little, I usually go on YouTube and find like MP4s of like the crazy like dank meme kind of stuff that I'll throw on, you know, just because it's funny and I think it's very useful in the video. You know, you can do something like that. It doesn't matter. You know, just find an effect that you think fits with the scene that you're using and you use that to your advantage. I will say with effects as well, that also comes audio. So also find audio that would really be good to put in the video. Let's just say you were, you know, basically, we're using Call of Duty as an example. You just went up and punched someone in the face. Don't you want a little punch noise that comes in with that as well? I think that would be something that people want to, you know, look forward to. They want to, you know, hear the sound. You know, they don't want to hear like a punch being thrown and barely any sound coming from it. You know, they would kind of want to hear like a big noise that comes out of it. That wasn't probably the best accurate punch noise that can come out of my mouth, but you get the idea. Find those sounds that fit in with the video and add those into your timeline, whether that be on one of the software you're using. I will go ahead and say this, that if you want to go ahead and skip the video and check out some tips and tricks I want to show on DaVinci Resolve, by all means, you go ahead and do this. This video is very informative. It's for, you know, your purpose of trying to learn as a young content creator, because I have some tips and tricks I'll show you guys with DaVinci Resolve. I will go ahead and talk about this pretty heavily as well. I noticed certain videos that I've uploaded, depending on what it is, captions really help a lot, you know, or subtitles in your video, one of the two. I've noticed people will not watch a video unless there's captions in there, because that can be one of two things. I don't really quite know. It could be, you know, either they don't know what they're saying and something's inaudible on the video that they want to be able to read out, or they want to just be able to see something that just can flow with whatever kind of scene you're doing. I would not say put every single sentence that you have in the video, whatever that would be, to overload it with captions or subtitles, because then again, it's just going to get repetitive and not many people need to learn it. I would just save the captions and the subtitles for parts that are really important, that are either loud from yourself or from other people or just funny, you know, but make sure you should have some captions or subtitles, and people like that kind of stuff. Obviously, you don't really have to add captions or subtitles, but all I can really say, it certainly does help enhance the footage that you have so far, because people want to, you know, be able to read what they are. In this part, I want to actually talk about the inspirations that really come with content creations. You know, obviously, when you play video games, and if you happen to watch YouTube as well, you're going to find some YouTubers that have influenced you, or, you know, you thought were so hilarious or entertaining that you want to, you know, be like them, almost like an idol. I have those specifically. My idols are Vanoss Gaming and basically Gaming Lemon. Those are the two, you know, biggest YouTubers in my mind that have really influenced the way I like to edit and play video games as well. So I would just say, you know, find those inspirations. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that you can analyze and get inspired to edit some sorts. You know, like I said, if you watch Vanoss Gaming, you'll see his editings are phenomenal. You can take those, you know, inspirations, mold them into your own image, and put it into your video. You don't have to have anything that is exclusive, or, you know, excluding out. You don't have to add things that are the norm. You know, you don't have to add things that are repetitive. You can take those inspirations from other YouTubers and just mold them into your own image, you know, because a lot of my video editing, I do take a lot of inspirations from like Vanoss, but I also take inspirations from Gaming Lemon. It just depends on what you do. You know, don't copy them entirely, but certainly try to, you know, do something with that. See what you can do, you know, test the waters in a sense and be inspired by them. You know, let your creativity flow wild when it comes to you editing. There is nothing holding you back when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I would obviously say, you know, it's like using a reference page when you're writing a paper. You know, you want to learn for more information when you're reading a book or an article. You want to use that as a reference. Inspirations really do matter. They really, really do matter when it comes to content creation. Another thing I want to talk about is thumbnails. I am not good at thumbnails. I will go ahead and say this right now. I just so happen to have a personal friend who is an artist for my channel, who makes my art from my profile picture down to my thumbnails for my videos, and she does a really good job. I'm actually going to put her Twitter in the description. She is taking commission and she is on my Discord, so you know she's open to any kind of art. But thumbnails certainly matter. You want a thumbnail that engages the audience, because when someone's searching through YouTube and they happen to stumble upon your video, that's the first thing that they're going to see is that thumbnail. If that thumbnail is somewhat engaging to that audience, that's what they want to watch. They want to watch something that stands out. Now, granted, this isn't the case all the time, but I'm pretty sure maybe like 75% of the time, you know, if someone sees a compelling thumbnail, they're going to probably click on it. I'm not saying you don't have to hand draw your thumbnails. I'm not saying you don't have to just have one little image on there. I'm just saying be creative and make sure it's outspoken enough to engage and capture an audience into your video, because more views equals more subscribers. And in this part of the video, we're actually going to talk about SEO, because that also incorporates with views. SEO is search engine optimization. That is how your video gets trafficked on YouTube or on the internet. And a lot of that deals with keywords that people look up in their search bar, and the first thing that will pop up is a popular video. Because, you know, search SEO really does go a long way. And I use TubeBuddy. You can also use vidIQ. Those things really help with keywords, and basically it helps your progress along the way with YouTube by capturing those keywords and putting them into your title. You know, a lot of that stuff really, really does help. And I do pay attention to SEO a lot, and TubeBuddy specifically, because they'll tell me how to add captions, to add chapters in my video, you know, etc. It really does help a long ways with, you know, expanding your audience view. For example, I actually uploaded a Call of Duty video. It was a single player campaign, and a lot of things I didn't really add to that, but you can see with some of the keywords I not only put in my title, that stuff got a lot of views to begin with. It really did improve my analytics overall in views, and I gained 15 subscribers from that video alone. It is really hard to get noticed on YouTube, and I mean extremely hard, and you have to analyze what you have and make sure you can adapt to it. I would always stick with new games that come out, because that's something people are going to want to look up the most. Another thing that I want to express in videos is transitions, and transitions really do help out with videos. You don't want a video that is going to cut off in the middle of you talking or someone else talking and then go into the other video straight off. I have a bad habit of doing that. I used to really have a big struggle with finding transitions and cutting off what I did on my videos specifically. I did learn, and I'm going to show you how to do this when I talk about my tips and tricks on DaVinci Resolve. But transitions are hard, because let's say you're working on one scene, you know, you don't want to cut off, you know, a scene that just jumps into a completely different idea. You know, people don't want to do that. You know, you want flowing transitions, whether that be at, like, say, you know, the end of a mission. If you're doing a mission or a level and that happens to end, then that's probably the best time to add a different transition, instead of having a silent, you know, long video take that no one wants to watch, and you can just jump into the next scene. You know, people want to be intrigued. You know, you want that good content to come out. And with that, a lot of the bad habits I had was cutting off during people talking. And I still do that on some of my videos, and it's a mistake, and I learned from them. And it's a problem, but there's easier ways to go about it. And with those transitions, all I can really say is make sure your transitions flow. I don't know specifically how people will like to do their transitions. You can obviously add a swoosh effect, or just cut it off straight to something else, or have some kind of cross dissolve that you add into the video itself. But just make sure that your video does not cut off so abruptly that you're missing so much more content from that. So make sure your transitions flow well. Make sure your transitions can have some kind of catchy, like, you know, or different kind of like change in scene of some sort. You know, a lot of people tend to use TV static or TV bleeps. You know, that's fine. It's not anything holding you against that. It is quite common. I use that a lot. And I still do use that a lot, but I have resorted to something else. I have just talked a lot about these talking points, and I haven't really showed you a lot of video editing things. I've talked about captions, I've talked about the length, I've talked about, you know, basically video effects, and it's time I actually start showing you how to do all that stuff, and I will show you in DaVinci Resolve. Now, everything that I am showing you in here is most likely going to be able to be available to you on other platforms such as Filmora or Adobe Premiere. This stuff is going to help you. Now, it may be in a different setting, it may be a different way of finding that stuff, but they all work the same in doing their basically their progress, you know, basically adding all these certain important aspects of a video, you know, but they'll just be different to find. So if you are having very big, if you're having a trouble, you know, trying to find it just because I'm using DaVinci Resolve, the best thing I can really advise you is to look up a video or search it in on Google. There's definitely a way that there will be some teaching or some kind of person on the internet will tell you how to do it in this software or not, because I did happen to learn a lot of that stuff from DaVinci Resolve. I did look up a little bit of videos from here and there. Alright guys, so for example, we're actually going to use this little bit clip I have gotten from a CherneBeats recording, and I'm actually going to be showing you what to do and some specific things that I've learned in DaVinci that really do help along the way. Note that not everything I'm telling you is the most important thing in DaVinci, because a lot of this stuff I haven't explored yet because it's a massive, you know, piece that you would definitely use, but I would definitely recommend checking this out. So let's go ahead and show you guys what I can do. So let's say you found something in this video that you want to be able to follow, you want to zoom in. So I would obviously, you can see here in the transform position, you can zoom in and out. That's how they really do this. This is a reset button. Will reset you back to normal, you know, left and right, up and down, and this is basically in and out as well, you know, all these kind of things, and even a rotate option if you want to rotate your video around. All of these things really do help in DaVinci, but I'm going to show you specifically something that I found out really does help with your video, and that's how to follow an object or motion that happens in a video. And specifically, if you come over here to the transform option and you click this little small white rhombus over here, that is basically a place marker, and if you click down right over here next to the video icon, it will pull up, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit more, the little white option that's right here, which basically is a marker. And let's say if you want to basically follow someone for these many frames, let's say we'll keep it down here before he gets hit by that little styrofoam bit. Let's keep it down right here, and we'll go ahead and place another one, and that can be basically your endpoint. Now in here, I will go ahead and show you exactly what you need to do when it comes to following an object. So you can set an endpoint, you don't have to set an endpoint, I'm just using it for reference. Let's say we get to this frame, I will put another one right here, so that puts another little white dot right there. We'll just call that for now, and I'm going to zoom into the appropriate length I want it to be, and you'll basically follow the object. You'll do this repetitively, and you'll see it actually tends to zoom out if you don't add another one in. So make sure you can add another dot and basically keep it following that object, whatever that thing may be. And you can basically, you know, drag it as long as you want to, as long as you keep adding those dots in the middle before your endpoint, and it will follow an object. We're using this little pink guy, for example, that we have here on CherneBeats. Let's keep dragging that more, add another white dot, keep dragging it more, you know, make sure you arrange it, set right to the middle to where you want it to be. Keep dragging it a little bit more, and we'll keep doing that. Add one more. Actually, no, let's not add another one. We'll keep it out like this, so we'll just use these frames, for example, right here. So let's go ahead and exit back out, and you can add more of this, as many dots as you need to follow him. It doesn't really matter. I'm just using this small window frame to show you that it actually did follow the object or the person in that sense for a little bit of a step, and you can do that as how much as you want to. So yeah, that's how you find or actually follow an object in DaVinci Resolve. Now I'm going to show you captions and how you add that in DaVinci Resolve. Super easy. So let's just say we can come over here to titles, which will be over here in your little toolbox page. You come over to titles and go down to text, click and drag that, and you slap it on that video. Give it a good slap. And it will take a little bit. My computer does have the tendency to lag. And there you go. Now you have some text up. Now in here you can do what you want. There's a lot of options to do from. You can change the color. We can change it to orange, for example. We can change the font. Let's go ahead and another font that I would recommend for videos is Berlin Sans FBD Demi. I like using this font because I think it just stands out more, but you don't have to do it on this. And let's just say the word hello. We'll just say the word hello, for example. We'll add a stroke, which basically creates a backline, so it's more, available to people can actually see the text because you want something in the background. You can add drop shadows, and anything. There's a very, very big list you can do. You have alignment, everything. In the zoom out option, you can have you can zoom it left and right. You can go up and down. It doesn't matter, but you can also go over here to the little square option and increase the size and or rotate it in and out. And just like you can do on a video, you can actually do something with the text to animate it to make it flow. The same thing applies. You come over here to video and you go ahead and click transform, and you can basically add what you want. And let's just say we're only going to make it go round and round. So we'll click another one down here, and then we'll just bump up that rotation to basically make it do this. A little spin action right here. It doesn't matter. You can do what you want, The same thing applies for video as it does to the text. So that's something to keep in mind. And to cut off a video or cut off parts of your video, or to cut off the text, so say we want the text to start here, and here hit Control B, and that will cut it off. Click that and give it a good old backspace and get rid of it. That kind of stuff is just a way to help it out. You can also come over here if you want to trim the video. Get down there, the little sides bit, this little thing will pop up, and that's how you add, decreasing the text. But a lot of things I realized you can actually edit your transitions instead of just having something abruptly cut off like that. You can actually do something really cool. If you right click the top right space, and let me go ahead and actually select, you have to click on the video real quick. Right click the top right, and it will pull up these little cross dissolve. This is basically a disappearing. So let's say we want to add 30 frames, 60 frames, 14 frames, or 16 frames of cross dissolve. We'll go ahead and do 30. It'll basically, just dissolve the image as it is, as you can see it up there. So if you click play, it might lag a little bit when you do this. Yeah, it will lag a little bit. The DaVinci does have a tendency to lag like that. Yeah, basically, you'll see. It basically will dissolve that text or image or video. It does it for a video. It does it for a text. It even does it for a PNG that you can add in here, because you can add PNGs and videos. It does it for all of this. So that's something that's very, very helpful. So we showed you how to zoom. We showed you how to transform. We showed you how to add captions. I'm going to show you how to basically add in let's say some sound. Your media library is over here, your media pool. You can basically find an uncopyrighted or whatever kind of thing you want to use in your video. And when you actually go to file and you go to import file and import media, it'll pull up your big folder, and you can add your music that you have just downloaded. I would recommend just using a regular YouTube to MP4 or MP3. I usually use that a lot. Or any other means just to get the audio on your computer. You'll left click that, drag that down here, and now you have the music down here, and it basically adds it on. So now we'll just play that, and you can hear the noise. Now use uncopyrighted. You make sure you use uncopyrighted music, by the way. That's going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you to use copyrighted music when you're a very young content creator, but it certainly is a good habit to not use it. And your volumes up here, your pans, you can even go down here to effects, open FX. This actually stuff in the video, you can actually add color, like color compressor. I use that to edit the saturation. You can go down here to audio transitions as well and add crossfades or video transitions, all these sort of things. There's a big list of things you can do on DaVinci Resolve. Most importantly, I'm going to talk about green screen. So let's go ahead and just find a green screen image to use that I can put in the video. So in this portion of the video, I'm actually going to be showing you green screen effects with DaVinci Resolve and how that really does help. Once you get your green screen image or green screen media pool, whether that be the MP4 that you can get from YouTube or whatever demands, let's say you have the green screen right here, and I'm going to be using a smoke, for example, this little video right here that you can have. You're going to left click and take that down here, put it in your media pool, and obviously it will have both sides over here of audio, or if it does have audio, a good way to do that is you can actually lock your video and delete that entirely, or cut it off, however you want to prefer. And let's use this smoke, for example. We'll use this little smoke patch that we have over here. That will be like basically that. And a good thing to use with DaVinci is this little magnet option, because it basically puts it at the end of the video instead of you just going right over, and it will delete the video. So if, say I was to take this video and put it down right here, you see that will cut off the rest of that video. I can actually just have the magnet and leave it on that, and it will connect to that right off the bat. You can also link any kind of videos with audio as well. So let's say you have this video right here of the smoke. The way to get rid of this green screen in the back is by going down here to Fusion. You click that little wand, and it will give it a little bit because mine takes a little bit to do, and you'll pull up the Fusion page. You can do a lot of sort of things in here, but specifically I'm going to tell you how to get rid of a green screen. There's a lot of different things down below here that you see with Fusion and color. This basically helps when you want to make stinger transitions for your streams or basically whatever you want to do. There's a long list of stuff you can do on DaVinci Resolve when it comes to all of this. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I do know how to get green screen, and basically all I can really recommend is go watch other videos for that, but this is a really big hit. So anyways, let's show you how to get rid of this green screen. You're going to hold shift and space, and this is going to pull up your select tool menu. You're going to type in Delta Keyer. Yes, Delta Keyer. And when you get that up, you're going to click that, add, and over here you'll see that this big selection has popped up for the Delta Keyer. And if you want to get rid of the green screen, I think this is a magic wand option. You're going to hold that, drag it on over right behind the green screen, and it gets rid of the background. So now you just have the smoke, and now we'll head back over to the editing screen. And as you can see here, it will lag a little bit, I will tell you that. Green screens, I have noticed, will take a long time and will be slow, but just note when you export it, it will just be like normal. So as you can see here, the smoke is there and the video is still happening in the background, and that's how you add green screen. This kind of stuff helps with effects, you know, and that's some things to put in your video. So yeah, guys. Alright, and that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys have learned something from this video. I'm very passionate about YouTube, and making this video is a little bit different from what I do on my channel because this time around I want to help you guys. I want to help young content creators and young gamers out there, you know, like you and me, that want to be able to get out of there. And I think this video will most certainly pique your interest or help in some sort of way. I just hope it does either way. And if it does, all I want to say is thank you guys. I really do appreciate the love and support that a lot of you guys are giving me. And if you're so this far in this video, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe, you know, join the Angry Armada. We would love to have you aboard, and it's been pretty fun so far learning YouTube. I've been doing this for about 5 months, and I know that you may not want to hear it from some guy who's doing this for 5 months, but I have learned from people who've been doing it for years, and that is something that I would like to thank a lot of people about. And if you're wanting to actually go and find some good YouTubers that would help out with this stuff, I didn't in this video tell you how to, you know, look up certain aspects of how I started my recording when it came to my recording devices or whatnot. Go watch Darkened Cyrus. He has amazing content on his channel. He helped me out with finding my camera, my microphone. You know, he's helped me out a lot, and I would definitely check out his channel to start breaking into that content creation for either streaming and or recording. You know, he has a lot of tips and tricks for OBS, so please show him some love. He would definitely appreciate it. Yeah, guys, I think that's the end of the video. I will see you guys later.
I'm tripping on you. I'm tripping on you.